What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Locked In, episode number 4, right?
Number 4.
Number 4. A little bit of a different kind of scenery today. We're actually in Matt's apartment. Old podcast setup. The roots of where we really started it. But this is just a different kind of tone of an episode today. We're just catching up. We actually haven't seen each other in a very long time, so it's kind of like a owner's interview, if you will, I guess. Okay. So let's dive into some stuff. Yeah, how have you been? I've been good. I know that you have also been good because I've seen some videos recently on the Matty LOC, which I'm proud of. I was always trying to get Matt to venture off, do his own thing. Within the brand, obviously. Oh, jeez. That was bad. Within the brand, obviously, but this is kind of like more so a way to talk about what he's been trying to get his message across, and then we'll dive into like where I've been. I just posted a video. If you haven't checked it out, it's on the screen, or I'll put it somewhere. I just went to France, so that was kind of a really cool experience for me. A nice reboot for myself, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Start off with you and like what's been going on with Matty LOC.
Yeah, so I mean that's I guess what's been kind of occupying most of my time as of recent. It was more so just something where, you know, I could hold myself accountable for stuff that I can put out on my own, I guess, you know, like I don't have to wait around for anybody. I can just like, you know, if I ever have time, just kind of throw my phone up, record something, which has been very awkward. Like, I feel like some people do it so naturally, I state in one of my videos, but when you're trying to just record and talk to yourself and like give out this message or whatever, I know in the recent video that he put up as well, you were out in public doing it.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, they're kind of, who knows if they know English, so.
I mean, it was a tourist place, so okay. I mean, like, but I like your point, though, because even, like, right now, like, talking to a camera, like, it's hard to just, like, talk in front of a camera and just have a conversation. You have to get naturally good at it, and if you're not, it's hard to have that presence. Like, I've always been, you know me, I've always been behind the camera doing that kind of stuff. So when I get in front of the camera, it's a lot harder for me to actually talk. I always think about how I'm going to edit it in the moment. I'm like, oh, shit. All right, I can cut that. Like, that's just the way I act. But I'm proud of you for actually venturing out and doing that. I know it's hard. Yeah. It seems like you've been in public, too, doing some. People, like, not, like, staring because you're talking to your phone. It's not, like, a big camera or anything like that. But still, it's one of those things where you have to get comfortable doing. So the process on that has been challenging but rewarding.
So far, I feel like, yeah, it's definitely kind of something that I look forward to doing now, you know, like whether it be, you know, a certain topic that I want to talk about or just something goofy that comes to my mind, you know, like just putting it out and sharing it. And, you know, hopefully I stated in like the original video that I just wanted it to become more so of like a community, almost like Reddit, but for like my Instagram,
yeah, no,
you know,
absolutely.
Where people can just, you know, watch the video and, you know, whether they relate to the certain topic or not, and then kind of just give their perspective on the thing or their experience. And then I said, in a way, it's more so like a video journal for myself as well. But obviously, if others take something away from the videos, that's just a bonus. I guess I'm trying to just make it something where, you know, it's videos that maybe I wish I stumbled across when I was younger.
Yeah.
Just to give some, like, obviously you have to go through life to kind of really learn from it, but a little help from a video and stuff like that's just a little extra nudge or in the right direction, you know. Hopefully that's what I'm aiming to do at least. So
yeah, I agree. I think that's important because one point you said is the video journal is like I look at all my old videos as a video journal sometimes, like even without the views, it's something I can look back on and see how far I've come, even as a creator, a person, anything like that. So I love the fact that we can actually create videos, and I think that documenting yourself is important. So I'm glad that more people are catching on and actually doing that for themselves. It doesn't have to be cinematic. It doesn't have to be like the best project in the world. Maybe it's just a video per day. Just doing one of those things is important. And then the second point, so like you wish that people made those videos like for you and you wish you saw it. That's kind of what the message I want to get across, and I got it with my last video, is like the literacy on like being okay and like not being okay.
Being transparent, as you put it.
Yeah. Right. Being transparent with yourself, and not only yourself, but like others. Like obviously us humans, we have lots of feelings, stuff like that, but like growing up, you're kind of confused about like, maybe you're intimidated, confused, stuff like that, but maybe you need someone that's older that maybe you look up to that can tell you that like it's actually okay. Parents are one thing, like everybody has parents, and like I mean, I won't say it like that, but everybody like has someone that they look up to in a sense, and a role model, and it doesn't necessarily have to be family. Sometimes family won't just like give it to you straight, and maybe they'll cookie cut it and stuff like that, and you don't know how that affects you. Like growing up, you could be coddled or something like that, and it can get to you mentally when you get to a bigger point and you're like, damn, life ain't sweet like that. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of people need to learn that the hard way, and if there's someone like me or you that can tell people growing up now to feel what they're going through, I think that's a lot better.
I feel like, especially the younger generation, I mean, even us, like, we're middle to upper 20s, and I'm talking more so about, I guess, kids who might be like 14, 15, 16 and up, you know, the content creators that they watch and stuff like that. It's more so for, like, entertainment instead of, like, life lessons. But, yeah, I feel like, unfortunately, society is rewarding, I guess, the wrong type of message. You know, there are people who are very genuine and, you know, want people to succeed in life, and then there are those who kind of farm clips or do something so reckless that you know, it goes viral. A lot of people just kind of eat it up, especially young kids. Like, we talk about the term brain rot, and like, you know, dude, it affects us.
It exists.
It does.
Like, I think we take it more so as a joke.
Like, ironically, yeah.
But, like, there's actual kids that use that shit as, like, their vocab, and it's scary. Yeah. Like, I can't imagine being a teacher.
I was just going to say, seeing TikToks of teachers, like, banning words from classrooms. Like,
yeah. Like, even my dad's a teacher. He comes home sometimes, he's asking me, like, what, like, newest slang is and stuff like that, just so he can keep up to date and stuff.
Right.
And, like, it's not just because he like wants to know what it is. He just wants to relate with the kids more.
Right.
And like that's the thing is like some of these people that are much older, like my dad is in his 60s, so like they can't be out of touch. Now we're getting in our 30s now. So like that 30-year gap, what's it going to be for these kids now that are like literally being born? Like, is there going to be a different language that you think, like brain rot being a language? Could you see that being a thing?
I mean,
like, some
of it's being added to the diction, or that Merriam-Webster dictionary.
Yeah, like that.
Riz.
Yeah, that. Ridiculous.
I think skibbity was even put. I don't even know, man.
See, like, you don't even know what could happen.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember doing like a project in school where we had to look up slang from like the 20s, and it's like that, like the whole prohibition stuff, like flappers and just like stuff like that, and you're like, what kind of language is this? And then history repeats itself.
Always. And now, like, you can see 100 years from now, the history books are just going through this and looking how stupid we were. Hopefully we go in the right direction. I know that
the rise of AI and brain rot.
I mean, speaking of AI, I just want to like quickly get into this. I've given you like the advice to use ChatGPT and stuff like that. I want to say ChatGPT is a really good tool. Like, a lot of people hate on AI. I will always appreciate the AI that actually is helpful. Obviously, I don't like AI music. Like, music is art, and that shit comes from the soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want that because it's electronically made, not because EDM is different, you know what I'm saying, but like AI music, you know, that's different. Like, and then AI videos, that gets on my nerves because AI editing is becoming a thing, and I've been always working hard to like get my edits in sync and all that. So it's just like, what are your thoughts on that? But like ChatGPT, I'm like a huge fan of,
obviously. Yeah, if you're using it more as like inspiration, I think that's a great tool to use. But it's just that, you know, it's meant to be a tool. Obviously, there's things put in place for, like, students and stuff like that. We always think, like, our parents were like, oh, we had to go to the library when we were kids. And for us, it was like we had the internet at our fingertips. And now it's like these students have AI you can scan a math problem and it'll solve it and it'll do out the work for the student. So it's like, make sure you show your work on the homework. And now you can without even trying. But in the end, like, if you go about that way of learning, it's only going to hurt you, because when it comes to test time, you can't do that.
You can't do AI, and especially that's like when it comes to the internet and just getting the answers back in the in high school and stuff like that. You can't just like use that on a test. It's the same thing. Even an open book, you still need to be prepared, because you never know. You never know what's going to happen.
I feel like it might get rid of like critical thinking skills, and I feel like critical thinking in this generation now is even like a little bit cooked. Usually. It's like if you're trying to look something up, you should know where in the textbook to go, what chapter to look at, which heading it would be under. You know, you used to have homework like that where you were like, all right, what section in the book is this in? Okay, let me read these 2 paragraphs. Oh, there it is. But now it's just like instantaneous. And like you were saying with music and, you know, just art in general, Marvel actually got in, not trouble, they got like a lot of flack.
Backlash?
Yeah, like they always have their opening kind of cinematics for their TV shows. And they did one for this TV show called Secret Invasion, which was about like this alien race infiltrating Earth, but they're able to look like whoever they want.
Oh, shit.
So, I mean, I think the concept was cool, but at the same time, I guess you're taking jobs away from actual like visual artists and stuff like that. So it's
True.
like impeding on, you know, somebody else's career and
Yeah.
someone whose passion it is to make stuff like that.
Right, and that's where it gets a little wishy-washy when you're just like, is this really helping, or is this going to hurt us in the long run? And we're not even going into like the actual physical AI, because that shit is absolutely different.
Yeah.
Robots, stuff like that. Like, I've seen some clips, obviously, and like when it comes down to it, those things are just, they look like they would always be more hurtful than ever helpful, in my opinion. Just, you never know what could happen when it comes to like a strong steel, like human-like figure that you can't control.
iRobot.
People thinking that like movies don't have this like real connotation.
Exactly.
People have these imaginations for a reason. They create for a reason, because this stuff can actually happen. So
Want to talk about France?
yeah, dude. All right.
The rejuvenation of Chris Berry.
It was, I mean, I went into it with like a mindset that I was gonna like have a good time no matter what. I was putting a lot of pressure on the content side of things. Let's just start with the travel day. The travel day was like very, very long, the first travel day. Not even like the flight included, just like waiting for everything. The worst part, in my opinion, was the bus in France, bro. So France has very, very thin roads, and the buses, these things were tall, and they had like two sections, so it like bent in the middle almost, because they had to be able to get around like really, really, really sharp turns. There was a lot of rotaries. So like every time there was a rotary, it was just like you kind of like got pulled into a different direction. Felt like on a roller coaster, bro. I got sick.
I was gonna say, it's like motion sickness.
Like I did get motion sickness, yeah, but like I didn't like vomit, thank God.
Right.
I was sweating bullets, head back, like sleeping, like, dude, it was bad. But then the flight like into actual France, like it was an 8-hour flight. I had the whole road to myself, so I was able to like sleep. So it was awesome. Kind of an empty flight because it was through the night, and that was my first international flight.
Like a red eye, or
red eye. But going back to like the rejuvenation, it was just like a great place to really reset. It was right in Monton, which I talk about in my video, and like you can see the mountains behind. It's actually the, like the front part of the Alps, so like the green part of the Alps. The other side of the Alps is like the cold side of the Alps and stuff like that. Right. It's right on the Mediterranean coast, so like the water is blue as can be. Like you could really see right through it. So like every morning I woke up and I went for a run. Like I was committed to doing that. I ran a 5K one of the days, pretty much, and it was a really good pace. I was proud of myself. Dude, yeah, 28-minute 5K. When you're in your environment for so long, you like take it for granted, and you just wake up, go through the motion, shit like that.
Yeah.
But then you get out of it. That first day, that travel day, my anxiety was so peak, and I was like, let me just slow down for a minute, appreciate life. The next morning I woke up, looked at the ocean, ran, like got back. I was like, movement helps. So like I've always known that even when I was home, movement's always helped. And then I was like, all right, let me just enjoy the rest of the time. Ate some good food. Loved hanging out with my parents. Like, my mom has a broken arm, so it was tough for her, but like we all were very, very, very like tightly knit and like focused on helping each other, focused on going out to eat with each other. We didn't like split up at all. Like sometimes I stayed in the apartment to like take a nap in the middle of the day just because the sun will fucking kill you. It's actually the closest to the equator at this time of year for Monton. So
I was going to say, you came back with a little bit of a tan or like some color. I'm like,
it's
France is like
a little bit of some color. Thank you for noticing.
Yes.
Because other than that, the food was like tremendous. Europe's way different dining wise. It's like you rent the table almost, because you have to literally like almost beg for your check. Like you have to ask for that shit like at least like 3 times before they bring it to you, because in America, you get so used to like the high turnover rate and like getting people in and out. They'll give you the check in the middle of your eating. But like in France, like they wait until after, even Italy, I think it's all of Europe probably, they wait until after you're pretty much like done with your meal. They ask you dessert and coffee, you say no, and then they'll walk away even again, and then they'll have to come back another 10 minutes later. So like it's an event going out to dinner, and a lot of people don't get to appreciate that or even like get that here. So like that's like next level, because you can really enjoy your time with people.
You don't feel the pressure.
Slow down for once. Like obviously people have jobs and stuff like that, but it's different. You don't have to tip though, so tipping isn't there. Service is like hit or miss. You can go places that have tremendous service. The best place I went to was an Italian restaurant that had amazing service, and it was close to Italy, so obviously the Italian food was next level. All in all, like if someone's looking for like a reset, you don't necessarily have to go to Europe, but like just go somewhere that's out of your environment, enjoy it, live in the moment for a few, spend your time with the nature, obviously move your body a little bit, but it's overall my message. Like, it was a good time. I loved it.
Yeah. Would you say that, like, what's your biggest takeaway from the trip?
Biggest takeaway is just live in the moment. Don't be so hard on yourself. That's like number one. Like, don't take shit so serious sometimes. It's okay to just like kind of relax. Like, a lot of people there were just kind of like going like about their day, and like you didn't really see them kind of caring about what others thought and worrying about the time. Like, there was time. I saw the lifeguards get up every day. I'm sure their shift started at 8. They're all rolling at 8:11, 8:15. Like, there's not a care in the world, because it's just that kind of environment. And I think like us here, like, I won't say America, but I'll just say in general, like, we're so time crunch. And sometimes you need that time crunch, but other times it's more so like, take your time, whatever happens, let it flow into things and stuff like that. So my overall takeaway is just like, breathe and pause.
I was gonna say, even with the restaurant culture, I guess, like you said there, it's a lot more like laid back and stuff, where here I feel like it's almost like if you don't leave soon enough after you finish your food, it's like you're doing them a disservice, you know, because it's like, all right,
you're taking up someone else's time.
Yeah.
There's always
people waiting
times. Yeah.
So,
like wait times. And I think that's the thing about when I was in Europe, like, if there was a wait, the people would just let them know that ran the restaurant, like, hey, it's a wait, like, we can't serve you. Like, and you just go somewhere else. People, like, they want that money so bad, money hungry in this country. And it's just like, you see it a whole different side of it. So like, honestly, one of my goals now is to like try to visit more European countries. First on the list is Iceland.
Yes, I want to go to Iceland.
Oh, you
see the Aurora Borealis,
dude.
The Northern Lights.
Listen, so flight, I think, because you have a fear of flying, I really think you'd be okay. And I'll tell you why. Is because international flights are really different.
They say it's a lot better.
It's a lot better. You're up there you're up in the air, so you don't feel a thing. And if there is turbulence, it's literally a second. I also really got this medicine. It's called Calm. It's a French medicine, and it actually helps while you're in the air. So I use that no matter what. Helps your motion sickness, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I just need something to knock me out. So
I mean, that will probably do it.
Out like a light, as they
it's
say.
Non-drowsy, so non-drowsy is the other one. Yeah. Dude, I used to mix up non-drowsy, drowsy, and then non-fiction and fiction. I used to like get those confused all the time.
There was a word in your last video that you were stuck on. I forgot what the word was, but
mundane.
Mundane.
Yeah, dude. Mundane. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Mundane. Yes.
This is kind of like a direction in which the brand is going. I talked about in the last video, but like we stream a little bit. We make funny videos. We make content.
That's like the fun side of us. Like
we always try to show that just so someone can maybe like take a pause from their life, get entertained.
Right.
Like we'll never like sell ourselves out for any of that though. Our main message is always going to be the mental health side of things, is talking about what people go through, talking about what we go through, obviously, and hoping that it resonates with a creator, a dreamer, a grinder, anybody out there that is chasing something.
And, we're just at this time, like, normal kind of that 9-to-5 person and, going about our actual job. And then afterwards, when all said and done, trying to make something more of ourselves and, put out videos like this, or, get to have a stream where we, just hop on our game, whatever, or, make a big production where it's something like Silent Library. And I think that's more so like closer to our dream, is like obviously having the fun aspect and entertaining, but also showing people like that it is possible and that it is worth it.
Because we are chasing a lifestyle change, and there's no secret there. Like, we're not saying like the 9-to-5 is something that we want to keep and stuff like that, and that we're just doing that. But on the side of doing our 9-to-5, we're also chasing our dreams, trying to fund our dreams, and that's the important part. A lot of people are like, oh, I gotta quit right now and chase it. I've tried that. It doesn't work. And it has to be something that you take your time with and you really calculate, because once you calculate it, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're spoon-fed, again, then you can go and do it.
We can't speak on that because we're not spoon-fed, but there is people that obviously are handed certain things,
resources.
They make the most of it.
And they are successful.
Hey, props to them, kudos to them, but it's a lot harder and it feels whole lot better, I think, when you do it from the ground up. And that's something that we're both doing. So,
and even like, some people's passions are like those certain, like, not even 9-to-5s, but like, people really want to be doctors and that's their passion, that's their dream. Some people really want to be teachers, and not knocking you at all for that. You know, if that's what you're truly passionate about and that's what wakes you up in the morning and you're happy to go and do it each and every day, I think you've found
what
your purpose, what
you want to do,
your happiness. And
that's
I just
always
think,
been our message.
Yeah, it's just finding your purpose, finding your happiness, and just full sending it, going for it, because you don't want to look down 40, 50, 60 years from now and you're old and wrinkly and can't do anything, and you're just looking back and you're thinking to yourself, wow, like, why didn't I do this?
Yeah, what could have been?
Right.
Why didn't I take a chance on this?
Yeah, invest in yourself. That's always like our biggest thing, I think, you know.
Yeah. Well,
physically, mentally, spiritually, just go all in. You only get one body, one life, so do the best you can with it. Treat it the best way that you can. It could be gone tomorrow. You never know. So
yeah, my main message when I went away, and breathe and pause, and take a moment to like really enjoy it, because you never know when this can just get grabbed from you. And Matt's not saying like if you're older it's not going to work out. Like even if you're older, you can do that.
Right.
Like you just don't want to be on your little
Deathbed.
last breath being like, fuck, I should have done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never too late to chase something. And I think that's what we really want to, you know, share the most, is this life is something that is worth living no matter how you are, who you are. You know, everybody goes through things. Everybody has brains that will have one negative side and a positive side and tell you can't do something or can do something. But it's so important to remember that deep down, we're all human and we all have a purpose.
Amen.
Amen. I think that's going to do it for us. More shit is coming.
Yes. And we took a little hiatus, 1 month hiatus. But
yeah, 1 month hiatus, but it wasn't like a bad hiatus.
No,
like
it was planned.
We're doing our thing, and the streams are going to be very, very active this month. Check us out on YouTube. We'll be live almost every day, pretty much. If we're not, you can be in the chat and you can type, yo, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because we should be live every day. There's going to be some cool short form videos coming out as well, reinforcing the message here we have at Lights Out. So hopefully you guys can see that soon, and stay tuned.